Okay, great. We're on YouTube now too. Just let's wait for everyone else to join the meeting. Hi, John. Welcome. We'll be starting in a few minutes.
So, Max, give me the cue.
Yes, sir. Give you the
cue. Tell me when to start.
Oriana will start
yes.
the presentation,
Okay,
and then you will know. It will give
Okay.
you the mic.
Okay.
But
Should I do it right now, or we can wait for
no, maybe
another?
we can wait. It's
Yeah,
only
I
Let me
think
go.
5 minutes. We should wait 5 minutes because people join, randomly, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
because mostly of the ones who are already here are conductors. So
Yeah.
let's wait for you.
So, what do you think of always starting like 10:05? Is that good? Or
It
10,
is
10?
a,
10 minutes is too much, right?
It's
I
already
know.
10:05.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already 10. Okay.
Okay. So, just go ahead, give me the cue, and I'll start presenting. Yeah.
Okay. Right now.
Okay, good. Thank you everybody for coming. And I want to start off with our agenda today. What we are going to talk about is a little bit about what is AI in business and a little bit of history of AI and how it started getting used. Then pick some key AI technologies that are particularly important for small businesses to know. And then give you an overview of how large companies right now are profiting from AI. And then we'll switch over to how smaller companies are leveraging AI for growth right now. And what are the available AI driven growth strategies for your business today? And then some ideas on it's always about money. So, some ideas about how to adjust priorities and budgets for making AI work for you. And then I'll open up for Q&A. First, a little bit about myself, and I I graduated from with a PhD from Stanford a long time ago. But along the way, when I was working at Bell Labs and later, I have worked with AI in some form or other. And historically, AI was about automation in many ways. Even now, chatbots are about automation. It's about automating a human being rather than automating some system. So, in any case, I have a long history of participating in AI. And even now, some of the algorithms that I developed many years are still used instead of ChatGPT in many applications. So, actually, artificial intelligence word itself was invented by Claude Shannon in 1950 at Bell Telephone Laboratories. I met him a couple of times. He's a very interesting guy. He was a very interesting guy. He was not only brilliant, but he could also ride a unicycle and juggle. This is an amazing guy. Anyway, even though artificial intelligence was coined in 1950, there are many historical applications of automation, intelligent automation. This is an amazing example. I was always thrilled with this example. This was from 300 BC. And in those days, people measured time by just having a simple water clock, which was one vessel draining into another vessel, and you measure the height of water in that. But that had a problem. That problem was as the water reduced in the top vessel, the pressure would reduce, so the water would slow down, and therefore it wouldn't measure time accurately. And amazingly, Greeks were so smart. The reason they figured out that was true was they used this to measure pulses. They already had some form of medicine those days. They measured pulse of rate of human beings. So somebody came around and invented a beautiful mechanism to keep the water level at the same level in the top. So you would have a uniform flow and you could measure time uniformly. This is actually an artificial intelligence because it was a smart way to solve an automation problem. And to this day, almost all artificial intelligence is some smart way of to solve an automation problem. So artificial intelligence itself is not new, but artificial general intelligence is very recent. Now, what is general intelligence? General intelligence is like automating a human being or a companion that you can talk to. ChatGPT, by the very name, is a companion you can talk to who is just a smart person. And the reason why we have that is simply because we have huge machines that can be harnessed to give you smartness. So the first time a large machine could simulate a human being was very recent, like 2 years ago. So its first use was chat. But just like electricity, when it was invented, it had very limited uses. But gradually, it started getting used in amazing number of places. And AI has the same future. That's why large businesses, believe it or not, are using AI so much that the business of supporting large businesses with AI is already around $200 billion a year, right? Smaller businesses are just starting to use. So, what are the key AI technologies for small businesses? I'm just talking here a little bit tech lingo, just so you know what are the key technologies small businesses can use. First of all, natural language processing. What is natural language processing? Taking sentences that we use in English language and processing it to construct, interpret, or respond to you. That is actually used in chatbots and virtual assistants. You need understanding and interpretation, but you also need to time how you respond to the user and many other aspects of interaction that is covered by chatbots, right? Now, one of the interesting uses of AI that you may not know is that many of the marketing tools that we use today can be powered by AI. Why? Because personalization AI, for example, is very important. And how do you personalize? By either listening or understanding some history of a human being and then customizing the response, like in a chat, to optimize something in the interaction. Like it may be to persuade somebody to buy soap, right? But that persuasion is a communication with a prospect. And by using AI driven marketing tools, you can improve the performance of your marketing strategy. Predictive analytics is another AI technology. What predictive analytics does is looks at historical data and tries to predict the future trends, future values of that. So you can use that information in your business. Like if you know ahead of time, a month ahead of time, when you will be running out of bananas, you can order bananas, right? Now, many people did it by intuition before, but now they have a tool, which is the AI tool. Small businesses can use that tool to predict better and control better. Now, some of the tech stuff is called machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, and robotic process automation. These are just, I put it here just to tell you, and later on in the question and answer session, if you have a question about these, I can explain to you more. But these are like the tech lingo used in AI today. Now let's go to understanding how large companies are using AI today, making significant gains. And there is a great website for you to delve into if you want to know a lot more than I'm going to talk about today, which is Google Cloud Next 24. Google assembled some of the large companies this year to discuss how they are leveraging AI in their business to make huge progress. Some of them are simple, like this one at Bosch, which is really a showcase of how to use AI to change drastically your marketing campaign in a large company. It has had amazing results for Bosch. So, what is it? Basically, they looked at Bosch, which is really a very large company, worldwide, and looked at how do they do their marketing for themselves. And since their marketing department itself has about 10,000 people, and they have so many brands, they used AI to help all of these people reduce the time to design content and to target using that content. Just by that, they are saving millions of dollars every year already. Now, another example, I'll come to these examples later in detail, but another example which is going to be very prevalent is bringing in store experiences home. That means if you visited a Victoria's Secret store, you have an experience in the store. Now, you would like the same experience or similar experience sitting at home. That is a significant, um, significant application of AI by large companies. And Victoria's Secret is a leader in that um, application. There are other applications which I can tell you very quickly, which is one of them is customer agents, helping customers. And ADT is an excellent example. I don't know how many of you have heard of ADT. It's like the largest home security system. And one of the big problems for them is that home owners have very difficult time configuring, setting up ADT and managing it. And AI has produced big results for ADT in customer as a customer agent. In other words, an agent to support customers. Alaskan Airlines is personalized travel search, which is also significant, right? If you are an airline and you have a personalized travel search possible, that's a lot better than looking at Google and finding out where to fly, right? And Best Buy is using AI to have a virtual assistant help people with products. Right now, even if you're looking for something like a USB stick, there are too many options and there's a confusing option. So Best Buy used AI customer agent to simplify that. Now, similarly, there are employee agents, and Avery, Bank of New York, and Bayer are leading companies using applications for employee agents. That means empowering employees through AI. Creative agents are interesting because you would never have thought that AI could help creativity. AI does help creativity, and these are the companies, the leading companies using AI to be more creative or creative in less time. It may not be as creative as a human being, but if it's almost as creative, but it can be faster than a human being, it's still very useful. And that's how Belk and Canva and Carrefour are using. Data agents is a little bit very large company business because small companies don't have a lot of data. But these big companies are using AI to gain insights from large amounts of data, which usually would not be possible without a lot of effort by a lot of people and time. It cuts down on people and time if you use AI directly on the data. Code agents, now this is amazing to a lot of people. AI is actually decreasing the time developers need to develop apps. So large companies are using AI in a very big way to reduce the time to develop applications within their company. Another really surprising use, but not so surprising use, that AI can be very effective at security because AI can scan many more points that may be vulnerable in your company or in your time much faster than any human can. So AI can actually work as a security guard, but an electronic security guard, which covers all your software, application, your cloud storage, all that. So for large companies and small companies, these are very useful applications of AI. Now, according to some of the most famous research centers, there are plenty of AI-driven opportunities for small business. But surprisingly, less than 5% are taking advantage of this right now. And many of them can be categorized by whether it is growing revenue or making better marketing possible, so increasing profits, or smoothing your customer experience, or helping you with inventory management, and so on. But no matter what, overall, the profits can be improved 30 to 50%. This is the result that Boston Consulting Group has come up with for small businesses. And today, I am going to talk a little more about small businesses and how they can leverage AI. And the fact is, right now, less than 5% of small businesses are using AI. This is a detailed analysis that the National Science Foundation did to understand how small businesses are using AI today. As you see, the smaller businesses are hardly using AI. But I want to show you some highlights from some of the not exactly small, but on the lower small end. This is a very interesting and a surprising use of AI for cosmetics. It turns out by using AI and making cosmetics very personalized, you can get a really significant competitive advantage, which allows you to grow your brand. And this is an example. This is Proven Skincare. And Proven Skincare has expanded into 2 or 3 whole new territories because they have this competitive advantage that they can make skincare products personalized to you. This is another surprising example. This is a painting service, home painting service. And it was surprising to me because I didn't know that estimation of how much it would cost you to paint accurately is a major competitive advantage. So Improvee basically improved how you estimate the cost of painting your home. And because of that, they were able to uh, grow their business so fast and go into so many regions with that same tool, basic AI tool, to estimate the price of painting. Next one is also interesting in the same way because one single application, which is optimizing scheduling. That means how do you schedule time for trainers and students in a yoga studio? It turns out there is a lot of room for optimizing that. And by just optimizing that, Core Power Yoga has been able to expand their business not only in one location, but on many locations. One of the things, if you do something with AI that helps you, is the same AI tool can be used in many locations. So if you invest in your business and grow it by using something like AI tool, then you can actually launch your business in many different locations and even go nationwide one day. And that's the model that many of these little companies use. This is another boring business, which is selling house plants, right? And they scaled so fast by just doing better marketing with AI and better customer experience. So there are several examples, and some of the interesting examples can come with some of the most surprising products like bracelets. Just bracelets. How they used AI was to simply have fast, creative promotions on their website. this is a little bit of funny example. It's just mushrooms. They sell mushrooms, and again, they just use AI-driven marketing to scale in one location, and then they could expand geographically to multiple locations. Another example of AI personalization, function of beauty. The same story. By using AI and making the experience with the business personalized, they were able to get more market share and grow faster and have enough money to expand to other locations and grow even faster. So, if you look at some of the businesses near LA, which I did, there are businesses that are just ready for using AI and exploding. And unfortunately, many of these businesses are not aware of the potential. But even if they are aware of the potential, there is a lot of confusion on how to use AI to grow. So I looked at the current business and what their estimated profits are and what is their growth rates are. And as you can see, that growth is associated with how much you spend on marketing. But it's not a simple equation. You can see from this radar chart, yes, if you spend more on marketing, you can grow. But sometimes you spend on marketing and you don't really grow. And the surprising thing is around LA, the market is pretty competitive. So just to stay steady, you have to spend on marketing. So the big question businesses like yours will have, if AI is the new electricity, should I invest in it? Right? That's the question that we as CEOs always ask. Should I invest in this tool? Should I invest in this way? The answer is not surprising because right now you basically cannot afford not to invest in it. It's like an assistant can play many roles, and smart assistants do help, and they should pay for themselves and more. That's a very simple reason for small businesses to invest in AI. So, in some detail, I worked out different ways you can think of that decision. As owners of businesses, this is one of the critical decisions, right? Should I spend money on AI or should I investigate AI? Now, there are a couple of different directions where you can invest in AI and benefit. One of them, I say, is in marketing, and the other is in making more profit from the current business, right? Operations. If you invest in operations, you can make more money, and some of that money you can reinvest in marketing. So if you balance between investing in operations and investing in marketing, you can take a look at this simple examples, right? This last one is invest in AI marketing and operations, right? Then you can, the same business can grow and make more money. If you don't invest in marketing, you're not going to grow much and you're not going to make much more money than you're making now. In marketing, you will grow a little bit, you will make a little more money. In the operations, you will grow a little bit or not grow at all, but you will still end up making more money because your operations are more efficient. But if you balance between the two, you get an optimum point for growth and making more money. We can talk specifically about this in the Q&A, but smart automation is good for you, whether you're automating marketing or automating operations. And then you can do it yourself if you have the tech and team, or find the best option for you. This is not a pitch for Simplia, but no matter where you go, this is the advice I can give you in this webinar. Okay. I'm ready for Q&A now.
Great,
Awesome.
sir. That's great because we have a lot of questions today.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll start. What are the key AI trends you see impacting our industry in the next 2 or 3 years?
Oh, good question. Good question. Let me just go over to the questions first, right? Before I answer. 1 minute.
Do you want me to send the list to you so you can read them?
Now I'm clicking on Q&A. Right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So just to paraphrase that question, what are the key trends, AI trends in the next year? One of them is AI getting into your phones. Rather than having to go to the cloud and deal with ChatGPT, AI will come very soon to your local machines because people are working on reducing the compute power needed for AI. That's one. Second one, in the next few years, is actually making many processes in businesses smarter and cheaper to implement. Business process automation is going to be spreading a lot more. And it will not be in the form of chat GPT. It will be in the form of silent work by silent people rather than chatting with you. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's all about chat. But in the next few years, it will become more about improved processes, better performance, better marketing, things like that. Go ahead.
Okay, great. I have another one right here. Give me a second so I can. How do you foresee AI influencing our company strategy goals and objectives?
Oh, good question. AI is going to influence a company where everyone within our company will be using AI very soon for everything we do.
Okay.
Right now, only a few people are using it, but with our infrastructure now, we will introduce AI to everyone in every task they do.
Okay, great. Let's move on. Okay, I have another one right here. What will be human role in this AI revolution? How will our jobs change?
Yeah, I started using AI a few years ago, right? And I have been also discovering that I actually enjoy it. You know, I talk sometimes to AI like he or she is a friend of mine, with respect, and I joke a little bit because I find it really entertaining and educative at the same time. I don't really use AI now as a tool. I use AI as a companion.
Okay, great.
And I have many companions. I sometimes I'll tell you something. I sometimes use Claude and then make it compete and make it jealous of ChatGPT. Because I get an answer from ChatGPT and say, hey, how come ChatGPT gave me a better answer? And it's interesting to try that because these AI tools have a personality, they care about their ego sometimes.
Yeah, it is really.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me see another question. What challenges have you incurred when integrating AI into our existing processes and how they were overcome?
Okay, that's the technology on which we have spent $8 million. We already spent a lot of money developing from the ground up a platform that can take chat to the next level. When you go to Simplia, there is this little menu icon right on the right, and then when you click on it, it shows up a really ridiculous inbox. You know, very very trivial looking, no UI inbox. You must have seen it, right? Most people avoid it; they run away from it. But that's going to be the heart of everything we do. Basically, Simplia you can think of is the great inbox for AI, built for AI, an inbox built for AI.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me
But
see.
it's not just, I want to tell you, if you start using, Christina can tell you, if you start using Simplia, right? I say it's an inbox, but it's a lot more than an inbox. It can show you all the applications in the inbox itself, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, let me continue. What are the most critical skills our teams need to develop to effectively work with AI technology?
Very good question, because it's not the conventional skill. Let me tell you a real story. When I was born in a little village with no electricity and no paper and pencil, my whole horoscope is written on palm leaves with a sharp nail. Okay, that's how people worked in those days. So at that time, my mother was very disciplined, that I learned to memorize, I learned to write well with a steel pen, right? And
Yes.
these were the things that you needed. But look at what has happened in the last 100 years, right? Those skills are useless. So my own advice to my granddaughter was, don't go into development, because developers are going to become useless because AI will do it. But then what skill is the new skill? The new skill is actually a pretty creative skill. And the most important skill I can suggest you should develop is how to ask the right question.
Of course.
You know, this is an interesting skill, because it's develop curiosity is my advice. Develop curiosity, and and stress test your curiosity. Don't settle for one question. Ask more questions. Be more curious, because AI is a free tool to get you to be more curious, right?
Yes, sir. You have completed the reason. Okay, let me see. Oh, we have another one here. What are the key areas where you believe AI can create the most value for our company? And how are we planning to integrate AI into our current business process?
Yeah, there are two areas. One is in marketing and one is in operations. That's why picked those two areas in my talk, right? Uh, in both areas, it will benefit Simplia, because when we launch the smart station, right, it's the in-store experience virtualized and in-store experience turbocharged, because our smart station will manage the entire store for you practically, for the business owner. I haven't talked much about the smart station, but one day I'll give a talk on that.
Okay, great. I think we've covered all the questions for now. I don't know if you want to continue.
No, I think I need to prepare for the next right 11 o'clock. So I want to ask, we are going to spend money, start advertising this webinar, next week, right? So we'll have a couple of people, maybe new people. Are we ready for new people, process wise and management?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
we
we
are.
are.
Great.
You bring them. We will do it.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
See you
you,
in 30
sir.
minutes.
Thank you.
20 minutes, actually.
Great.
Yeah, I want to leave enough room for question Q&A, right?
Yes.
Because at 11 o'clock I have the other meeting, right? Every Friday we'll have the same sequence: 10 o'clock the webinar, and then 11 o'clock the reps.
Awesome. We are going to prepare everything for that meeting.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you
sir.
later,
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Bye.